Hello and welcome to Love Anything Art. As part of a video collaboration, I will be making these Charlie Brown Christmas tree inspired earrings. These are the supplies I used. Take a ball of green clay and roll it out into a cone shape. Place this on a flat surface to flatten the bottom. Gently push in a stick pin about halfway. You can re-roll your piece to make it all flat and even. Roll out a long snake of green clay, the same color as your cone. Roll one into a point. Starting at the tip of the cone, begin wrapping around your snake of clay all the way to the bottom. Make sure each row is flush up against the previous one, and gently pat into place as you are going. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is a collaboration with Discovering the Art of Living. You should check out her channel and all the other wonderful YouTubers that have made videos for this collaboration. Once your tree is all rolled up, gently tap the bottom of it on a flat surface to make it flat. Using your tissue blade and starting at the very tippy top of your Christmas tree, you'll make small little hash marks all the way around and down to the bottom. You'll gently cut into the clay and press down. You don't want to make the scratches too deep, it's really just a touch and go. For the tree trunk, roll out a piece of brown clay. Roll one end to a point, and then begin rolling it into a coil. Each coil will be stacked on the previous coil. You want your base to be long and not wide. I'm making my tree trunk have 2 coils. You can make yours have as many as you want. Cut off the excess clay. And then roll that end into a point. And then curl it up and tuck it kind of underneath the coil. You'll attach this to the base of your tree. In doing so, you'll want to make sure that you keep the end piece on the back side of your clay. And the same with a Christmas tree, you'll want the part where it ends to be on the back side. So all you have in the front is just pretty seamless and endless coils of clay. Attach this to the bottom of your tree. Once you have it in place where you want it, gently tap the end on a flat surface to make sure the 2 pieces of clay adhere to each other. Roll out a ball of yellow clay and then flatten it into a dome shape. You don't want it to be too thin since we're going to have to put a stick pin through the middle of it and it's going to sit upon our Christmas tree. If it's too thin, it will be brittle and it will break. Using your tissue blade, you'll want to draw in a shape of a star, kind of like the stars you used to draw when you were in grade school. You don't want to make your lines too deep. If you do, you can always gently smooth it over with your finger. If you can freehand cutting out a star shape, go ahead. I just cannot do it without first drawing it out. Now you'll want to cut out all the shapes in between the points, and this will give you your star. The thing would be to cut off the least amount of clay as possible, because you can always take away more clay, but you can't add it back. And I did cut into the clay a little bit too much, but I just used my finger and smoothed it back out. Use a needle tool and smooth out the edges of the star. And then you'll want to flip it over and do the same for the other side. I'm just using my fingers to do it. You can use the needle tool or whatever you want to finish smoothing it out. Once you have the star how you want it, you'll need to take a stick pin and push it up through the center of the star and out the top through the point. This can be a little tricky. I would take it slow, and as you are pushing the stick pin up into the clay, you'll want to move it around a little bit, put your fingers on both sides, and you can actually feel where the stick pin is going through so that you can make sure it goes out the top and not the sides or the back. Roll out a bunch of small little balls from whatever color clay you want. We'll place these on the Christmas tree, and they will be our makeshift lights. As you're placing them on the tree, I would space them out and do one color at a time. That way you make sure you don't have a whole clump of one color in one spot. Once you have on all of your bulbs, go ahead and gently pat them into place. Roll out a very thin coil of clay. You can choose whatever color you would like. I have chosen this gold color for like a tinsel kind of a look. I would recommend making your start point at the back of the tree. And you do want your tinsel to go in the same direction as your coils from the tree. Once you have your tinsel placed on where you would like it, go ahead and gently pat it into place. Bake your pieces. When gluing in your eye hooks, you'll want to make sure that the point of the star is at the top, and at the bottom where it splits, that'll be the point that goes towards the tree. And you will need a stick pin long enough to go through the star and into the tree a little bit. Assemble your earrings, glue in your eye hooks, and resin your pieces if you want. And these are my Charlie Brown inspired earrings. Please check out all the other videos in the collaboration. You can find those at Discovering the Art of Living. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Bye!